Hello and welcome to the channel. My name's Ian. Onward and upward with the Leyland Retriever. Haven't been able to get any spraying done unfortunately, so I did a few other little bits instead. Having got the tyres off their own individual sprue, they've cleaned up quite nicely. I've just been round the centre with some medium sanding stick, and it's worked quite well. There are 2 front tyres and 4 rear tyres. So as you can see here, I've got the front tyres and the rear tyres, and these simply go together. So I try and choose the best facing side of the tyre, and that's the best one, and that just fits in there nicely, and this will go in the back. So we'll just run a little bit of extra thin in there, and that will push into there like so. And what I'll do, I think, is just get a peg. No, that's not quite fitting right. Yeah, that works. And just clamp them together. So again, just choose the nicest side of the tyre for the outside. Pop the centre of the hub in. And so on. So that's the front 2 tyres done. I'll do the rest and come back to you. So having fitted all the wheels through the tyres, I've just been around the back of each of the rear drums, just with some olive green, because I never got the spray in there. So rather than get the airbrush out just for a few bits and pieces, I've just hand painted the back of the wheels. The back of the front wheels are already covered. So that's the wheels ready to go on. So the back wheels go onto these little spigots here, and there's a little locating pin, and they just push onto there until they locate in that hole. So very, very simple to fit. The front wheels have a full opening, and they just sit on there like so. So they should all go on really nicely, and the next you'll see of the chassis is everything glued on. So here we are, the chassis with the wheels and tyres fitted. Starting to look like a truck now, isn't it? I've made a boo-boo, and I don't know whether I'm going to get away with it or not. If you notice, some of these wheels have a boss in the centre, and some of them don't. In fact, 2 of them don't. And those eagle-eyed amongst you will have noticed this one hasn't got one, and this one has. So I've picked up the wrong outer and put it on the wrong wheel. These are only just glued on, so I'm not going to mess for the moment. I don't know whether I'll be able to get that off or not. It was put on with extra thin, so I may be able to get that off, but I'm going to wait for the tyres and wheels to go off completely before I attempt it. So I may be able to get that boss off there, in which case it'll just go on the other wheel, no problem, and I'll have a bit of tidying up to do, which is fine. Whether I'll be able to get it off, I'm not sure, but I'm going to give it a try, but not until the wheels have completed setting. But it sits square, there's no movement in it. If I put it against the lines on the mat, you'll see that it lines up nicely. So I'm quite happy that those wheels are on okay. I've done a little more work on the rust, and I think by the time that's weathered, it's going to look all right. So there we are. There's the chassis in place, and the wheels on. So the next thing is to work on the cab and also some further parts further back. So we'll see how we go with that. It's coming together bit by bit, and at least we're going to start working with big parts now. Well, it's starting to look like a vehicle, isn't it? Once the wheels are on, there's some weight now to the model. Shame about that little boss on the wheel that I've managed to miss, but we all make mistakes. Hopefully I'll be able to get out of it, and you'll find out in the next video. A big thanks to all the new subscribers this week. It's nice to see you. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so. It's totally free and it helps the channel a lot. If you've enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, and thanks very much for watching. And until the next time, cheerio.